Good evening and welcome to the Instant Rewards Back Office Live training. Tonight we're going to have a special presentation for getting some exponential exposure on Craigslist, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. One of the things that I wanted to post up here real quick is just, something inspirational here on this right here. You've always heard people say, chase your dreams, don't let go of your dreams. Well, chasing your dreams implies that you never catch them. So I just gave it a little, one up. Don't chase your dreams. Just capture them. Just go ahead and get a hold of them. Just capture them. Don't spin your wheels out there and chasing after things and not catching anything, but rather catch those dreams. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to start with tonight, and I hear a lot of people, asking questions about Craigslist, and I just want to send out this reminder that remember that Craigslist is not the only game in town. Now, having said that, there seems to be a lull in Craigslist and the response on Craigslist, but there really isn't. Okay, Craigslist can still generate you a lot of traffic, but the downside to Craigslist is that it can generate you a lot of trash traffic, garbage traffic, tire kickers and time meters, and you will have to spend a lot of time, qualifying some of those leads. You can do it, okay, if you go back over here to the YouTube channel where up at the top of this list there's a video right here at the top in the middle, how to consistently earn $300 to $500 a day. With instant rewards, and it covers, some of the basics, not just advertising on Craigslist, but using some of the other advertising channels. Okay. You also want to remember to, use this link. I'll send you the link over here in the chat window over on the control panel so you can bookmark it. There's a little tutorial video built in. And down here, it's got like the top 25. You'll see that Craigslist is part of that list, Ad Barker Backpage, AdLand Pro, Ad Post, and all these others. These down here. And then, of course, on page 2, more classified ad sites. You'll see a list in double columns here. And then, of course, your high traffic networks or paid networks. And this is where I spend a lot of my money in advertising because they are performance marketing. And this is what I want to, kind of give you guys a little heads up about next week. We're going to discuss getting a lot of traffic from some channels that you're not necessarily familiar with. It's not your standard advertising, okay? It is here on page 1, up here in the top 25. If you go to this classified ads directory, it's right down here at the 24/7 backlinks. Now, it looks like it's a little hidden, but it does generate a lot of traffic. So if you click on that link, it will go off page. You can sign up, get 1,000 free backlinks, absolutely free, okay? Read their instructions. It's very simple to set up your links and your keywords. I've got mine set to run on weekends, and I don't have these running automatically. They insert buy software into thousands and hundreds of thousands of forums all over the world based on your keywords. Okay, so if your keywords are based on work at home jobs, work from home jobs, legitimate work at home jobs, It's going to create backlinks in these forums, and people are going to see it, and they're going to come back to your website. And here's one of the things that you want to look at doing is get your page, okay, in the Instant Rewards network set up, okay, where you've got, let me get over here, okay, to the Instant Rewards network. My main splash page, I'm using the Work at Home Mommy, okay, with the baby girl crawling on her mama's shoulders there, because over 80% of the attendees in our webinars and over 80% of the membership in the Instant Rewards Network funnel and in the freebie networks are women, okay? You'll find a lot of guys in there, yes, and you'll find a lot of guys that come in on these webinars because they want to learn, but the biggest majority of the membership are the women in America, not maybe so much in Canada and the UK, but in America most definitely, okay? And this is why this is targeted towards the work at home mom. You can target that towards your work at home mom and dad, okay? You can target your work at home dad. One of the things that I teach over on the YouTube channel, there are channels already. There's videos, replays in here, showing people how to use Facebook, how to use Facebook groups, how to post on Facebook groups without getting slapped, joining and posting on Facebook groups, part 2. Down here, there's joining Facebook groups right down here using the graph search. This was back before the graph search was installed worldwide on the Facebook network, back when we still had the old generic search. So I'm leaving it there for a reason, because just in case anybody doesn't have the new graph search on their Facebook account, they can still use this to search for groups. It works a little bit differently. But I will say this new graph search right here at the top, it works like a charm, okay? When you type in groups named work at home, it will put it in quotes, anything after the first term in the search string, groups named. Whatever you put up here after these two first words, okay, it's going to go in quotations. And it'll usually pop up in the first graph, and you click on that graph, and it will pull up a graph search of all the groups and their membership, okay, and any friends and connections you might have that are members of that group. If you've already joined it, or if you have a membership request waiting, it'll tell you right here. So it'll tell you that you've already joined that group, or it'll tell you request sent and waiting approval. Over here, it shows you that there's more than 1,000 groups. There's probably about 38,000 or more. The last count that I did, you can refine your search if you want to filter it down to membership with just your friends. You want to search for open, closed, secret, privacy. You don't have to do anything about changing the name unless you just want to change the search routine. And then you want to maybe check the about something else in another city. You can do that. Okay? You can extend the search if you want to discover something new. You can search for members of these groups and friends who are members. There's all kinds of ways you can massage. So I'm not going to go through that again because we already have them over here. So you can go back to this channel on YouTube and watch this. Uh, some of these are only like 25 minutes long, 26 minutes long. The first one up here, I think, or the second one, Redux, 17 minutes. Okay, so they're short tutorials. You can back them up, replay them, and take notes. You can bookmark this channel. You can bookmark individual tutorials and replays. Okay. Once you get over to your home tab on your account, or if you have multiple Facebook accounts, be careful posting. Do not post more than one at a time. Post up to 30 at a time, and then give it a break. Okay, give it about an hour or so, or 15 minutes or so, and then go back and post some more. If you have more than 5 groups that you belong to, it will show up here. Okay, and it'll have a more button. You can click on that. It'll show you in that tutorial, so I'm not going to go back over it. Why do I have a lot of groups over here? Is because I have set these as groups to be placed into my favorites column. So these are groups that I'm going to check every day or several times a day. Okay, anytime I log in and I see numbers on these groups, that means there's postings in there that I need to check on. Okay, so much for Facebook. Now, if you don't have a Twitter account, I'd say go over and register. It's free. You can set up, as far as I know, unlimited accounts. I have more than one. I have 3. But you don't want to use Twitter too much and spam people. Twitter is a social relationship. When you get into Twitter, come up here to your settings and then get logged into Twitter. Go to your settings and then come over here to the apps. When you click on this apps, you can also go through the other portions here: security, privacy, password, email notifications, set up your mobile. We want to look at the apps real quick here. And you see where the applications, I've got Google and Twitter connected. I've got several other applications like Just Unfollow, HubSpot, Hootsuite, AOL Livestream, freeclassifiedads.com or freeclassifieds.com, Social Oomph, Tumblr, Seismic, Referral Key, Hootsuite, Clout, Posterous. Down here, Tobry is a social network developed by Ken MacArthur. It hasn't really gotten a whole lot of attention, but it's a good little network. FriendFeed is one of the more popular feeds. Ping, I think, got bought up by Hootsuite. And, of course, you've got LinkedIn and WordPress. Now, and here's Facebook. Anytime I post something on my wall over here in Facebook, okay, I can post anything on my timeline. It's going to get tweeted over here in my tweet feed because I've got them paired together, almost like a Bluetooth device. Okay, so this helps get some coverage. I don't have to log in to Twitter to actually, get something out on my Twitter network. And you see, here's one. I said I didn't earn that certificate of excellence by being a novice at this internet marketing and coaching thing. If people want to come back and read that, they can click on this, and if they're logged in to their Facebook account, they'll see that I got it going over to my coaching link, okay? Or I can just, open that up and see, collapse that, go back over here, and they can come into Facebook and join me. They can connect up with me on Facebook and see what I have on my wall. Another thing that I've got plugged in over here on the not the Craigslist, but the classified ad sites over here, you can take that widget, okay, if you've learned how to do a little programming and inserting HTML onto a website, you'll see that I've got my tweets plugged into a widget over here on classified ad sites and over on my blogs and several other places. So I can post in one place on my Facebook, and it will get tweeted out over here. It will also go to my YouTube channel on my circles. All my uploads get tweeted out, and they also end up over in the widgets. Okay, so anytime I do an upload for a new video, it gets inserted here. So you want to set up your Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter accounts. Those are your 3 top accounts. And then you want to definitely look at Google, setting up a Google page. Google Local is now called Google Pages, okay? And, get connected with some of the circles, because even though Google Circles and Google Plus and Google Pages is not as big as Facebook and Twitter, it's still a viable link. Another one that you definitely want to look into, since I'm mentioning it, is LinkedIn. Okay, I've got 2 accounts over at LinkedIn. You want to definitely watch what you're doing over at LinkedIn, because it's a more professional network. It's not just for spam, but you can join groups and be a contributor, okay? Now, having said this about Craigslist, okay, and the advertising venues, I'm not going to go into that too much more. We're going to be discussing how to promote instant rewards, but how to up your game, okay, and how to be a winner in some of these groups. When you join groups, let me tell you something right up front, okay, guys. I know a lot of people say, well, y'all guys, you guys are just a bunch of spammers. Well, yeah, there is a certain amount of that going on, but you know what? People are drilling down in the feeds, and they are seeing what you place in there. And I do get a lot of leads from Facebook groups, okay? In a support group, make sure you read the synopsis and the group rules. Don't do any self-promotion, okay, in these groups. Otherwise, promote like hell. If they say you can promote anything, promote. Most especially in the instant rewards and the instant money networks, do not promote your links, even if it's to your instant rewards link. It is support groups only. Don't moan and bitch, about things. Ask questions. We understand people get frustrated. We tell people, go to the IMN Marketer site and look at the Getting Started Guide for IMN and IRN, and also check out these resources over on YouTube that we have put up. They're evergreen. We've already crossed this bridge many a time, and this is why we have these videos up there and these webinar replays, so that they're evergreen. They can help you. You can go back and find them anytime. Is there a lot of content over there on YouTube? Yes, absolutely. Another thing you don't want to do is do not cross-sell, cross-recruit, or cross-promote anything. You will get caught. If I don't catch you, I'm a co-admin, Rangeline Presley and Trace Browley, Anthony and ODell, they're going to catch you, and we have about, I think, 8 or 12 other admins. They're going to catch you, okay? So, don't try to spam and cross-recruit and all that. It's support groups. Own the support groups. Don't get into arguments with people. Take it offline. If you guys want to carry on your arguments in private mail, fine, but don't do it in public. And you don't have to go in there and do, one-upmanship, okay? You don't have to one-up each other. Just be yourself. On the proof picks, everybody says, hey, man, look what I did. That's great. If you made $20 or if you made $2,000, we're going to congratulate you because that's what we do. This is what we are there for. On the proof pick sites, post your proof picks. I don't care if it's $400 or $20 or if it's $2,000 or $20,000. Post your proof picks up there, and I've seen, you will get some haters when you're successful. When you start making $300 to $500 a day or more, you're going to attract two kinds of people. You're going to attract those people who want to learn from you, okay, and then you're going to attract those who are jealous of you, all right? Just don't do it on the groups. Be specific with your questions. Don't be general and rambling, okay, because, it makes the moderators and the co-admins have to come back and ask you, can you elaborate or can you clarify? So make sure your questions are clear. Make a difference, okay? If you find a resource that can help your other people without, appearing like spam, give them a strategy or something, share it with them. One of the things that will get you canned real quick on these groups is saying, PM me privately, and I'll tell you. If it's worth sharing with one person, it's worth sharing with everybody, okay? Make a difference, be a contributor, give value and content to people. When I first talked to Anthony about setting up this webinar for him, I did it because I wanted to be a contributor, okay? And I wanted to be able to share with everybody, and we share with each other, all right? The bottom line is don't be a wussy, okay? We don't have time for wussies. I know I'm borrowing that from Dave Sharp and Dave Wood over at Empower Network. But, over here at Instant Rewards or any other vertical that you're working at, I don't care what you're doing. Don't be a wussy, all right? Now, next week, I am going to show you guys what I have done in one day. I ran a 7-day advertising campaign, all right? I got over 32,000 click-throughs in one campaign, a little over 300 sign-ups at a less than 1% conversion rate. Now, a lot of people say, well, if you get 1% to 3% conversion rate, that's good. Well, when you're doing, 1/10 of 1%, or 9/10, of 1%, just a little under 1%, it's $66 a pop, okay, and that's not counting the bonuses, all right, then, it adds up. It's just about a $19,800 day, okay. There's been times when I have run a 30-day campaign on paid networks, all right. We're going to get into some of these high traffic networks, and you have to create this kind of traffic volume, but you've got to do it in a very specialized way. You've got to get people in a lead capture page. You have to squeeze them. You have to get them in with an incentive of some sort. And get your people on this call next week. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I'm not going to give away all my secrets, and I might not record next Saturday. I may just make it, for 25 seats, and I'm not sharing something that I've picked up from the other networks. This is something that I have not yet shared, all right? I did this 3 years ago when I was sitting up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I got some phenomenal results. Some of it was paid traffic. Some of it was the high traffic networks and performance networks, but there was a little trick that I did, okay, to bring people into the sales funnel, how to get them into that lead capture, okay? Now, when I speak of lead capture, all right, let me go back over here, and I'm just going to show you real quick an example of a lead capture page. We'll go ahead and I'll just open up this one. All right. This is something that I set up on another network on a blog that I'm running, and I plugged in my PayPal code where people can come in here and pay for 1, 2, 3 hours of mentoring time. Okay, whether it's, you know, for Instant Rewards, My Cash Freebies, ZNZ, or whatever they're doing. There's a lead capture form down here at the bottom. I can also plug in a lead capture form up here. So this is another page. I don't want that one up there. Okay, let me show you this, all right? I'm going to kick this and off. This is one of the blogs that I did. I'm going to put that on hold, okay? This is something I did for another vertical. But you see, I've just got first name and email. That's it. Nothing else. No first name, last name, phone number, and email, just first name and email. That's it. Well, what this does, okay, it sends it over to a redirect. Okay, it'll redirect them over to the site once they sign up. And you notice I've got at least one form in there for about every screen. Okay, so that, you know, and then of course I got the same thing down here. There's a rule of thumb that you want to use in internet marketing is when you're running a lead capture page is you want to make sure that you have at least one entry form on each page. So if you're promoting your default page over at Instant Rewards, okay, you've got that form right here. Here it's going to ask for name and email, okay, and phone number. And then they, you know, click here to find out more. I use this form because I do like to follow up and call my people and walk them through the conversion process. You are going to make more money if you help your referrals get started. All they need help on basically is the first one. If you're doing the starter, if you're doing the starter and the combo, you can you know, you can do the starter in the 60 or the starter in the 80 or the starter in the 100. If you want to go over to IMN1, you can promote one network at a time. There's a way that you can make extra money, okay, by incentivizing people in these networks. And let me just show you real quick. We'll just go over here and do I'll log into the 80 real quick. Well, I'll just go to the 80 network, all right? And let's say you wanted to have your money sent to you on a check. You can have it, you know, when you sign up, you can select in your prize back there in the back office, log in. Let me just get logged in here real quick and show you. Okay. Anything that you promote, you must be green. You've got to see this, guys. If you're not green, You can promote it and have people sign up under you, and the money will just sit there and wait on you until you get qualified. You do not get paid for doing offers. Okay, once you're green and then people sign up under you and you have people in your referrals, and here I only have 12 because I don't promote this. I just, I promoted it a little bit last year. I just haven't promoted it that much. And the one that did get complete, or really she didn't even get complete, 0 credits. She got put on hold because, I don't know, she didn't have the address or something right. So anyway, what you want to do is look at your prizes and choose what you want to receive. If you want to get your payout via PayPal, then select PayPal and then click Change Prize. If you want to get them to mail you a check, select that and then have them mail you a check. Now, every time you make a completion at $80 or $60, depending on which network you're doing, or $70, because the 60 pays a $10 bonus, or even the 100, you can let it stack up in there. You can let 4 or 5 of these completions stack up. Well, what's 5 times 80? That's $400, right? 5 times 8. 8 times 5 is, $400. And then you could jump up here and click your order. You could let it stack up and do this once a day. If you were to, let's say, help 5 people a day get through the conversion process on an 80, that's $400, okay? So the $300 to $500 rule applies here, okay? Well, let's say you want to go a custom order, okay? You can select custom order, and if you want a Ferrari or a computer or an Xbox or a game or a 360 or whatever you want to, get something special for your kids, just select that and save it, and then send a support ticket in and ask them, how many completions do I need for a new Toshiba laptop? Send them the model number and everything, and they'll tell you. They'll tell you how many completions you'll need. All right. You might see something that you like, and once you get it complete, then they'll order it and mail it to you. They'll send it to you. Or they can send you, the money, but you got to make sure you got one or the other, checked. You want a new iPhone? iPhones run $400, $500, $600 depending on accessories. Tell them you want a new iPhone, what is it, 4th or 5th generation, and ask them how many completions do I need, and then hustle your ass off, okay, to get those completions done. Let's say you want to go over to Instant Rewards Network funnel, and you want to promote the 80 and the 120. You want to promote your 80 as your primary and your 120 as your secondary. If you got, your referrals to do both, that would be $200 a pop. Okay. What's, 5 times 200? That's $1,000, So realize that the higher payouts are going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to have a lower percentage of conversions. The easiest ones I've found is this right here, the starter and the easy, and the new one, which is a single offer, pays out $20. It's like, God, it only has one page, all right? Get over here and log in. Okay, I've got 2 referrals in here that have signed up under me, and if I want to, I'm going to do PayPal. I'm going to get $20 a payment. If I wanted to get a $500 prize, then I would have to do, let's see, there's 5 20s and 100, 5 times 5, there's 25. I'd need 25 referrals to make a $500 order. Did I do my math right? Come over here and check. 5 times 25. 5 times 25 is 125. Let's say 500 divided by 20. Whoops. $500 divided by 20 is 25 orders. Yeah, so I was right. I was thinking I had it right. So you got to have 25 completions to get a $500 custom referral, and just kind of keep track of it, so, when you get it paid out and then you place your order, they'll send it to you. Okay, just email them into support and ask them how many orders would it need, would you need to get this product. If you want to get a refrigerator or you want to get a Ferrari, okay, you just, whatever you want. They'll tell you what you got to do to get it, okay? These right here, the starter, the easy, and the one, are real easy to do. Let's go look at the offers on the one. If you want to promote this would be real easy for your people to get started with, okay? Is they have one page, 15 offers. They're all single offers. Some of them are $1, some of them are free, some of them are $6.99, but they're all one full credit. They don't have to do 2 credits. They don't have to do 3 or 4. Okay, and it pays out $20. No bonuses, just $20, but that's okay. So this is something that everybody could do. And when you extend, you can extend under there, and or if you want to sign up under me, you can sign up under me if you want to. I'll send it to you there in the chat window. Okay. What I'm going to do is log out here. Next week, I'm going to show you guys how to make those $19,000 and $20,000 payouts, and it pretty much runs on autopilot because there's a process that you have to follow. And I will have a PDF presentation and a book to go along with this. I will make it available for download so that you can kind of have a guide there on your computer where you can go by this, page by page, and follow along with the video, and then also follow along with the PDF guide. The guide is free. I'll make it available for download. It's not going to cost you anything to download it. I will put the link up on the page where you can go and get this, and I'll have it ready by next Saturday, on next Saturday's webinar. I'll have the link up there so that you can sign up, check your email, get the link, download it. You will have one instant confirmation message. You're not going to get any follow-ups, okay? So, check your inbox next week. If you don't find it, check your spam bucket. You will be in an autoresponder, but I am not going to have follow-up messages, okay? It's just going to have one confirmation message with the link in it, okay? Occasionally, I might send you a broadcast in regards to that, but this is something that I'm just going to offer for one time. This is something that, you know, if you work this right, using these high traffic networks and these forum backlinks over at 24/7 backlinks, there's a way you can get away with advertising on Craigslist and some of these others, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but not tonight. We're just going to cover the basics of advertising. Everybody knows the rules over here at Craigslist. If you don't, go over here and click on their terms of use. If you want to find out what Craigslist allows, then, you know, go straight to the horse's mouth and get it straight from them. Same thing with Twitter. If you want to find out what Twitter allows or what they don't allow, you know, get into your back office, look up terms of service or help. You can go into Twitter. Let me sign out here real quick. You can go down here to About, Terms, and Support. All right. Click on Terms and, you know, go to their main website. Basic terms. They'll tell you what you can do, what they will allow, and what they won't allow. Okay. So, you know, there's no need for me to go back over it. Same thing here. Watch this guy in the video. I know he doesn't look pretty. He looks like a Brit. Okay. Probably doesn't brush his teeth. But you know, look at their terms. They're very lenient. Okay. I'm telling you guys, a 16-year-old hacker turned me on to this site. It's one of the best things that ever happened to me. You'll get that link over here on the classified ad sites, as I showed you, and I sent you guys the link. Just scroll down here below the video. The last link here in the top 25, okay, is 24/7 backlinks. You get free 1,000 credits for your backlinks. They do charge a minimum of $25, okay, and then you can parse them out and cap them on a daily rate of like 1,000 links a day. You can have this thing run out and spit it out, you know, over the course of 25 days. You could cut your weekends and just, you know, set it up to go Monday through Friday, or you can set up the internal program to run Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or just turn off the Monday through Friday and just run weekends only. I've got one campaign right now that's running on Saturday and Sunday, and I get a report, and they send me a report of 5,000 different forum URLs where my link was posted, and I can go in there and check. This is less than 1 penny per backlink, okay, that you can get traffic back from these forums. And yes, those forums work if you're in the right forum, okay? So you want to be creative in your advertising, and this is what we're going to get into next week. Another thing you want to definitely look at is putting your videos up on YouTube. You can log into YouTube with your Gmail account, sign in. Okay, let me just go ahead and get signed in over here. All right. All right, close this. And if you want to record a tutorial and you don't have Screencast-O-Matic or Debut or Camtasia, then log into your YouTube channel and come over here to Google Hangouts on Air and start a broadcast. Okay? When you click on broadcast, it will upload it on the fly, okay, and it will start. Now, right now, it's probably not going to start because I'm using the codec on this webinar. So, then you would come in here and name your Hangout, and then you could start the Hangout. Right? I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to start a Hangout on this because multiple logins on this Hangout, they don't handle the bandwidth very well. The bandwidth is really tapered down on Hangout, but you can fly one solo and put together a nice little tutorial for yourself. If you put up a 15-minute tutorial, a 10 or 15-minute tutorial every day, 5 days a week, at the end of a year, you'd have a couple of hundred tutorials, okay? So, get over there to YouTube, get your account set up like I have, get your channel. You can go in there and create multiple channels. They have tutorials that will show you how to do it. Hell, you can just go into YouTube and, set up YouTube channels. There you go. Okay. You want to learn how to set up a YouTube channel, just go up there and it'll tell you. It'll show you how to change a YouTube channel, how to change the YouTube channel name, how to change the settings, how to edit your YouTube channel, how to set it up. So I don't need to go back over this. All right. You got everything right here. YouTube is owned by Google. And when you go in there and you have people making comments on your videos, answer them. You will get an email. Be nice if they're being negative, cantankerous. You can put that particular video on moderation. You can also block that user from commenting on your channel. So if you don't want them commenting, you will get some haters. Some people invite haters. When you get good, it's kind of like the old gunslingers. Gunslingers are always having the young bucks out there trying to, make a name for themselves. I shot Jesse James. So, when you get big on YouTube and start making a name for yourself, you will have some people come in there and, try to take you down. Try to be as, polite as possible and professional as possible and answer their questions. Yes, but, occasionally you will get some jokers in there and, handle the jokers just by, swatting them off your channel, block them or whatever, or set the channel to moderation if you get a lot of negative comments that you don't want showing up on your thread. I approach a lot of my responses much like a prosecutor or an attorney would in a court of law. Okay, I present my case and I make my case. If they don't accept that, then I just let them go. I don't lose sleep over them. Okay, I don't lose sleep over a lot of these people. In the presentation that I'm going to make for you next week, I am going to show you some resources like Wix, Weebly, and Web, where you can go and set up a free website and how to plug in your form code so that you can start running these promos and incentivizing people. Most people, okay, they say, well, I don't have anything to incentivize a lead capture page or a squeeze page. What's the difference between the two? The difference between a lead capture page and a squeeze page is that a lead capture page is like this one here, okay? We're just capturing leads, okay? They're not getting anything other than the information and the opportunity to get access to the back office and the freebie network. But if I want to incentivize somebody to go into a squeeze page, then I'm going to build a squeeze page that, you know, offers them something, an irresistible offer of some sort, maybe a free report or a piece of software or access to a lot of software and a home study course and access to a bunch of videos simply by signing up, okay? This is going to create a squeeze. So you're basically putting the squeeze on them. And that's why they call it the squeeze page, because your name and your email address is currency on the internet, okay? So you've got to learn how to write compelling copy on your website, in your sales copy, to squeeze that information out of them, okay? Nothing happens without a sale, folks, okay? So, you know, even though we're not in the sales business, you still have to sell people on the idea. You have to sell the sizzle, okay, of making money, and a lot of money, all right? If you're making 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100 or $200 a pop, okay, and you're doing that 4, 5, 10 times a day, then, you know, you're making $300 to $500, maybe $450 or $900 to $1,000 a day, and taking weekends off. Let's say you only work Monday through Friday. That's 5 days a week. If you're making $1,000 a day, 5,000 a week, there's 4 1/3 weeks. You're making a little over $20,000 a month. 50 weeks, okay, at $5,000 a week, you know, you're making $250,000 a year, extra money, and you don't even have to quit your job, all right? Just, you know, run the numbers on it, okay? I'll run the numbers here. Let's do a real quick. Can you guys see my little calculator here? I can't operate it much bigger than that. Just give me a Y. I. Okay. Do my Tony Robbins impersonation. I. If you are pumping out, let's say, the starter and the 60 on instant rewards as your two combos. The starter pays $20 and the 60 is $80, and the 60 pays an extra $10, okay, which is $90. All right, it's easy to do. Or you're doing the one, which is a single offer 20 payout plus the 60. You're still making $90. Okay, so let's say you do 5 a day. Okay, that's $450 a day. And you know, that's not hard to do. You can do that in a couple, 3 hours. I don't know where else you can go to work, guys. You cannot go to work at Walmart or your local grocery store, or even at a car dealership, I don't think, you know, and make, you know, $450, you know, in 2 or 3 hours sitting on your butt. All right. To a newbie, that might seem out of reach, but it's not. If you go back to this video channel I showed you guys, this right here, watch this over and over until it becomes your nightmare. Watch this video right here until you get it memorized. When you come here, click on that link, all right? You're going to see it fire up. Open up this description channel and click this link right here, the first link, and download the PDF. When you click that link, it's going to have the notes right there for you. okay? It's going to pop up. You're going to get the notes that I used in the presentation. You can print them off if you want to. You can scribble notes on them. You can use them right next to your desk. You can use it to kind of formulate your script. But you guys need to read this and watch this. It's only 2 hours and 14 minutes. But we covered a lot of material in that, okay? That's why I set this up, so you could download that link, all right? This is where you're going to get it. You can download that link, all right? And you can print this off. It's 48 pages. You can print it off in black and white, all right? I go through a real short little presentation at the front, you know, about doing the old school elevator pitch. But once we get into this, down here about page 6 or 7, okay, this is where we get into the heavy stuff. How to consistently earn $300 to $500 a day with instant rewards, and how to follow up and call your leads and make $300 to $500 a day or more. Now, in this example, I'm using the $450 example. Let's say you're doing the 80 and the starter or the 1, all right? So let's go $20 plus 80, no bonus, okay? An even $100 a pop, all right? And you do 5 a day times 5, okay? You made $500 a day. You can spend 15 minutes on the phone helping them get through the starter or the easy or the 1. The rest of it is going to operate the same way. You don't have to hold their hand, okay? They're pretty much on their own. They can do that in a matter of a couple hours. You can go to the next call, take the next call, okay? You can be sitting there working on something, fixing supper, get a call, take the call, you know, and walk them through it. When you, and it's like Michelle says, when you persevere, it's that persistence and how you run your ads. And I show you how to word your ads in that video. Okay? You got to be persistent and consistent. This is what I call my new PC rule. Anybody knows me, I'm not politically correct. All right? I'm just correct. I just be correct. I'm kind of like Ralphie May. I'm just correct. Just be correct. All right? We're not politically correct. We're persistent and consistent. All right? Yes, writing ads is an art. It's a science because you're getting inside their mind. You're talking to them. Okay? So pay attention to that video when you watch it. Now, you get 5 people. Let's say you do 10 people. Hell, you want to work all day? You workaholic like me? Fine. Go at it. Get after it. Go for it. Let's say you make $1,000 a day. All right? Right now, let's just work on the $500 model. Okay? $500 a day times 5 days a week, and take Saturday and Sunday off. Go to your kid's soccer game. Family, you know, family comes first, and then your friends. Okay? And, you know, you've done enough business. You know, unless you just don't have a life, you know, then you can be a workaholic like me and work 18, 20 hours a day, but that's because I don't have a life. $2,500 a week. And let's say you take 2 weeks off out of the year for vacation and you work 50 weeks. Okay. That's a little over $100,000 a year. Extra money. All right. Now, if you're turning $1,000 a day, just double this, okay, and now you've made $250,000. Does that mean you need to run out there and quit your job? No. You're going to look at, you know, probably taxes and expenses. You might want to get with a good CPA and help them, you know, have them help you set up, you know, a good tax plan as a business, okay, because you're going to have to pay some of the taxes. I've got financial advisors that can show you how to keep, taxes out of these confiscatory tax programs, and you can use it for your business and use it to grow your personal wealth. Okay, I've got wealth managers that I work with that can show you how to do this. The video, okay, does a lot of the work for you over here on this particular site. Whether you're using this particular lead capture page or one of the others, okay? The video, the intro video, it works, okay? The one on your lead capture page. I use the autoresponder to do the heavy lifting, and it shoots all the follow-up emails. Michelle does the same thing. You do not have to, contact them by email. The autoresponder does it for you, okay? But what we're going to show you next week, next Saturday, is how to up your game, all right? If you're making $500 to $1,000 a day, and you become good at it, and you learn how to hustle and work that script and walk each prospect through and lead with the money. There's another way I'm going to show you guys how to incentivize, okay, and put it pretty much on autopilot, okay, because you're going to need to build a video, insert it into the web page along with the squeeze page, offer them, put the video on the lead capture page, put a good video of yourself talking to the people. Not everybody's going to do this. So, not everybody's going to have the technical skills to do it or the HTML knowledge to do it, but you don't need to be a whiz. You don't need to be a programmer's whiz. You don't need to be a genius to do this, okay? Because a lot of these sites like Wix, Webs, and Weebly, they're plug and play, okay? This right here, Wix, Webs, and Weebly, these are plug and play sites. They will take code that you can get from your HTML code from the back office, and I will show you how to plug it in. I'm going to build a site. There's another little program that I use called Niche List Builder. All right, it takes you through a question and answer synopsis, and you can plug this in. A lot of people say, well, that makes it look kind of like a cruddy little site, but you know what? Those little sites, one screen, they work, okay? And how you word. Now, remember, we said the wording of your ad, okay, is not only an art, but it's like Joe Vitale says, you got to write your ad in a hypnotic manner to make them take action. You hit them with that call to action. And then when you email them, that subject line has to tell them what to do. People need to be told what to do. They've got to have that call to action. All right? We're going to go through this next Saturday, and I'm going to show you how to bump your game up, okay? This is going to blow your frickin' mind, all right? This is not your everyday stuff. This is not something that an amateur just learned over the past 2 years. This is stuff that I've been using for the past 15, 16, 18 years, and me and a few other guys on the internet, we use this, but I haven't shared it even with them. They've used some of the strategies that I'm going to show you guys next week. I just don't show everything because not everybody's going to get it. Not everybody's going to do it. Not everybody is going to have, the technical skills. But if you pay attention, you can do this. You have to apply yourself. It may take you a couple of hours to build a site, but once you get it, once you get that site built, okay, Then you can start looking at these little $19,000 and $20,000 days. All right. You can theoretically, depending on your market and the number of people in the demographics of your market, sure, you could probably afford to pay for some PPC over on Facebook. You know, you can get into Facebook and find one of these ads like this. Come over here and embed that post. I can take this and I can embed it. Grab the code, and there it is. All I got to do is right click, copy that, and go paste it into my website. And I've got people coming back. This creates juice. I've already done a webinar on this. This creates a lot of link juice. Okay, you can take just about anything you put on your timeline. I'm going to show people how to do this. I'm not going to put it on Facebook. Okay, but if you want to, you know, you can. When you get into Facebook and you want to pay for some ads, you want to run some ads, you might want to come over here to your ads, create ads, or manage ads, and go through the ad process. Facebook can be a little terse, okay, in the way you build your ad. You don't want to sell it, you know, you don't want to build an ad that just takes them straight over to a sales site or an affiliate site, because they will slap you on that. But if you build it to go to a lead capture page that's set up differently, where you're not really selling anything, but you are capturing names and emails, maybe like Frank Kern, create a little survey and tell people that, you know, you need their help. You just need them to answer 4 little questions. He made $113,000 in one day, I think it was. Out of that, okay, there's about $30,000 to $50,000. About half of that is recurring every month, and he only does this, like, you know, 3 or 4 times a year. He doesn't do it every week. He doesn't promote a lot of stuff. I use the same strategy. Had one guy that just used one tactic, one strategy that Frank Kern was teaching, okay, and he didn't use all of the Capri cash, you know, program. He just used that one little strategy of the squeeze page on the survey, and he made like $22,000 in one day. Okay, can you use $19,800 in one day? Can you use 20,000? Somebody give me an I. You know, somebody tell me yes. Okay, if you can use 20,000, then get your ass over here next Saturday, because we're going to we're going to be getting into some serious marketing next week, and people are looking to make money, and they can do it with instant rewards if you do it the right way. If you do it the traditional way that we've been doing it and we've been taught, yeah, you're going to make a little money. You can make $300 to $500 a day. You might even be able to limp along, okay, and make $500 to $1,000 a day, and that's not shabby, okay. $125,000 to $250,000 a year is not shabby money. But what if you could take this right here and change it from $250,000 in 1 year to $250,000 a month? Okay. If you want to learn how to just bump your exponential numbers, then be here, okay? Because we're going to show you how to turn that. You know, You know, if it's just in numbers. This is not something that's just too good to be true. This is something that you're going to have to work, okay? Anybody that tells you that you can do this kind of numbers with just plugging in 2-3 little clicks, they're lying to you, okay? They're lying to you worse than a politician, okay? And you see that a lot on the internet. You see a lot of people telling, you know, Miss Click Boobs jumping out of the cake and say, you know, just click 1, 2, 3 little buttons here and you're off to, you know, $3 million a year or $6 million a year. Folks, it doesn't work that way. It takes work, and it does take your attention to maintain this, okay? But you can do it for an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours a day, you know, and pretty much just, you know, kind of go off and do whatever else you want to do. Some of this will run on autopilot, okay? When I get this complete package put together, it's going to be more than a 2-hour program. I'll have to break the segments out to maybe 30-minute segments. But if I didn't think Craigslist was a good place to advertise and these other strategies, if they weren't worth, you know, incorporating, I wouldn't be writing a book about it. I wouldn't have a 200-page book in progress about marketing on Craigslist. Craigslist is not dead. It's just one of the games in town. It's not the only game. So, you know, learn how to use it properly, you know, and, you know, I'll show you one of my ads here, marketing PR, okay? Here, I just renewed one today, strong super closers and salespeople only. Here's another one, marketing advertising account reps, $500 to $900 per week. I set the values down for a reason because, you know, some people, you know, they do roll their eyes and say, oh, yeah, right. Here's another one I got. They're all up at the top yesterday. All right. Do unpaid bills cause you to lose sleep? I have deleted over half of my ads in Craigslist. I swore off of Craigslist for 8 years, okay, because I really didn't need them. Have I been slapped, flagged, and ghosted? Yeah, I don't know who hasn't, okay. But once I learned how to work it, you see how this ad is sitting up here. It's still there, okay. It was originally created back on 11/3. What's today? Today is the 9th, so it's been up for 6 days. It reads very simple. Okay, it's got a little reply button in there, so if they want to, I can set it to reply or not reply. Entry-level position. I didn't set the bar up too high on this, but they've got to call me. All right, and I show people, you know, how to make $120,000 to $250,000 a year. You can too, and with bonuses and training. All right, it's not hard to do. And you can do it with one business model if you want to, but you've got to take calls. Let me go back, show you another ad, okay? This is where I really set the bar up really high, okay? The wording, this is not an entry-level position, experienced closers only, no whiners, no bitchers, no crybabies, no complaint, no wussies, you know, I mean, I really do. I kind of slap them hard, you know. I tell them requirements, you know, and it doesn't have a reply button up here, all right? So they got to come down here. They got to call me, you know. They really do. They have to pick up the phone and call me. They can't just email. I'm telling you, as an employer, if I had somebody just emailing me and they didn't pick up the phone and call me to talk to me, okay, you know, I'm going to ignore their email, okay? It's like if somebody was to send me their resume by email, I trash it. It gets deleted. If they don't call me and talk to me, I don't need their resume, okay? I need somebody who wants to work, who's hungry, who's tired of jumping in and out of dumpsters, and who wants to make some money, okay? James Dawson was on the call with us last week. I don't know, is James with us tonight? don't see him on here. And he shared a story about a young man that he ran into over at White Castle, over there in New Jersey where he lives, or Indiana rather. I think James lives up in Indianapolis. I posted his story up on my blog, and I'm going to share it with you guys. I want you guys sometime when you get a chance, bookmark that and read it, okay? It's very touching because last week we had a little mastermind about how do we reach out to the homeless. Now, this guy was a severe case, Richard, okay? But James had the resources to help him, okay? You're going to come along, you're going to come across some people every now and then that's going to need some help, and you're going to be able to help them, you know, and you'll have a success story. And you can be a pretty good judge about who's going to do what needs to be done or not. You're going to have some that are just, they're just going to be there. They're just going to want you to give them a fish for the day. They're not going to want you to teach them how to fish, okay? But you've got to get them fed first, okay? You got to stop the hunger pains so that you can get their attention. And that's what Richard, got with James. Okay, James was able to help the man. He had the resources with a lot of things. So get a chance, read his story over here. I'll put a link to it over on the YouTube channel in the description when I get this posted and uploaded, because I think what James did for Richard was a wonderful thing. And we can all do this regardless of our religious background or whatever point of the compass you come from. I think it's up to us, okay, as Americans, to help one another and give them a hand up, all right? If they don't do anything with it, then you don't have to go back and, do it again. You do have to be a good steward with, the resources that have been put into your control, okay? So this is what we talked about last week, all right? But how do we up our game, okay, and get to the point where we can show somebody how to help others? Each one teach one, okay? This is one of my familiar phrases that I share. My granddaddy, each one teach one, all right? EOTO, each one teach one. If we just taught one person at a time, you can teach 5 people. I'm teaching 8 people right now, okay? You can set up a YouTube hangout and have thousands of people from around the world go over there. A T-shirt with those words printed on it is great, Felicia. Each one teach one. Ask me how. You'll probably get a lot of people asking, well, what do you teach? Make sure you got a business card, girl, all right? If you don't have a business card, you're not prepared. This is one of the things that I covered in this video over here, okay, right there at the very beginning. Have business cards. If you're in a conversation with somebody on an elevator, okay, and they ask you, what do you do? I teach people how to make money and keep it out of the government's hands, or whatever. Each one teach one. I'm a wealth coach. I teach people, different ways. I got a friend, Jack Bastide, over on Facebook, lives in Orlando. We teach people. They come in through different venues, and they look at different variety of opportunities. Some people like MLM, some people like binary matrix, some people like a 1-by-1, okay? Here we're working 1-by-1, all right? One person at a time. You can do 10 people a day, but you do one person at a time on the phone, all right? After you get them trained, You can start your own little webinar. You can start a teleseminar training with people. Okay, there's all kinds of resources, you know, out there on the internet where you can get your people together on a phone call and find out what's convenient for them, what time of day, what day of the week is convenient for them. I have found that these Saturday night webinars are probably the most convenient for all of the agents in Instant Rewards. I've noticed a lower attendance on Wednesdays than we have on Saturdays, because people are busy during the week. They got to go to work the next day, or some people, they go to church, you know, on Wednesday night, midweek service or whatever. Okay, so for whatever reason, you know, Saturdays tend to be better. If a Saturday noon webinar would be better for some people, then, you know, I might run a survey and find out. Well, what do you want to learn? You know, what do you want to learn on, you know, on these webinars? We can talk about a variety of things. We can even talk about how to use these free WordPress websites without getting slapped. Now, you cannot put affiliate links and links to your business on a free WordPress site. If you're hosting your own website and you plug in the WordPress plugins, then you can pretty much promote anything you want to. That's what they do over at Empower Network. Okay. But on a free network, you see, I still got a lot of these tweets. They came in because I got the tweet widget plugged into the free WordPress blog, and this blog's been up for several years. Okay, so it hasn't gotten slapped. I've learned the hard way how to keep from getting slapped and having my blog shut down by Blogger Blogspot, which is owned by Google, and WordPress. And WordPress and Blogger Blogspot are both very SEO friendly to Google. So it would behoove you to learn both, and then, you know, maybe get your own hosting account with WordPress plugins, okay, and themes. They seem to be more popular than the Blogspot themes. And Blogger Blogspot does have some themes, but they don't seem to be as popular. I don't know which ranks better. They both rank pretty good. But this right here, okay, I got a place where people can sign up, and every time I make a post, they get an email notification. The day I put this up, okay, and I posted it, and it went over to Twitter and over to Facebook, I got a little over 1,000 people. I think I got something like 1,500, 1,600 people. Since then, I've probably, you know, grabbed another 100, 200 followers. What I'm not necessarily looking for is quantity, but quality. I want to make sure that I put out quality business information, okay, for, you know, for people's benefits. And you notice in the archives, I don't have a whole lot of posts. You know, I don't post a whole lot there. At one time I did, okay, and I could post some more, but, you know, maybe I just need to get my ass in gear and get back over there and start posting some more good business stuff. Jay asked a question. I was wondering about that too. What do I put in on my card other than my name, email, and phone number? Let me see if I can't find one of my business cards. I'll show you what I did on mine. I came over here. Let's see, scroll down, get into my instant rewards. I think I've got, where did I put it? Business cards. or did I put it over here in graphics? Okay, here's one I set up just for my U.S. home workforce. Okay, and I got these over at moo.com, MOO.com. You can do the same thing for your instant rewards, but I just basically put my name, my affiliate link, and my phone number on the front. On the back, it's got like freelance ad reps and customer service agents needed at U.S. home workforce. We pay daily via direct deposit or PayPal. Apply today. It's got my Facebook. It's got my phone number and my email. Okay. This is front and back. I just took a snapshot of each one. Okay. You could do something like this, okay? You could put the instant rewards up there, put your name down below, your contact information. You can make just a plain white business card. You can go over to Vistaprint, okay? You can go to Vistaprint.com. You don't have to get fancy. Go for the 250 free. They might upsell you for 500 or 1,000. You can start off with, let's see, free business cards. They'll have just put everything on the front. They'll have the YouTube on the back. You see, I've got one here. I've already got one that I was working on. And let's say we want to look at the marketing and communications, okay? You can select something plain or select something fancy, okay? You might take something like this and put in, you know, and as you put more text in there, it'll size it down, okay? Right there at the company name, you can put in your name, okay? Company message, call me now, okay? Website, put in your put in, you know, that right there. If you want them to have your email, put in your email address and say something like email. You can leave your address off of there. Phone, put in and then basically leave it like that, okay? And check the back side. If you want to leave the back side blank, just click, leave it blank, click next, and you get a preview, and there it is, blank on the back, and it'll have like a real light watermark, vistaprint.com. Then you just, grab it like that, approve it, go through the sale process, and buy them. It's very simple, okay? It's something that you can take 2 or 3, 4 or 5 little business cards like that and hand it out. When somebody asks you, you're a business coach. You show people how to make $300 to $500 a day with their own business. You can name it. You can say with instant rewards, or you can say another company, whatever you want to put on there. That's up to you, okay? Then click on the next button and go through the sales process, and have them sent to you. I have found that a very plain, basic card with just simple text on the front, okay, is more effective than anything else. It works, and it's got, my website, my lead capture page site underneath my name. My byline is "Call me now." Not tomorrow. Call me now. Okay. If you're in an elevator or a restaurant or someplace and you're with somebody, tell them, if you want to sign up through the offer site, you got to sign up on a home computer. Make sure that you do queue them up. That, you don't want to try this on a smartphone, because not all smartphones have the same operating systems, and it might get them hung up. So you don't want to do it on a public IP at the hospital or at the library. Okay. Same thing over on Pinterest, like Michelle asked. Get on Pinterest, post it on Pinterest. I've posted stuff like that. Put on your card the basic information, Jay. Just put the basic information, because what you do want to do is watch this video, download that free report, print it off, learn how to position yourself in the interview. You've got to become the interviewer. They're looking for the job, not you, all right? You ask the questions. You make them sell themselves to you, and then tell them how to get started and how to replicate themselves, how to multiply themselves, okay? And there's no limit. They can go as wide as they want. If you're out and about, you got these. I think you can get these shipped to you, $250 on the free side for like $9.95 shipping. I mean, for $10, okay? You can get 250 of these plain little cards. They work. They're cheap, but they work. You can get them printed local, okay? You can go to your local printer and do something on the same basis. Just tell them you don't need thermograph. Just do a litho offset, and tell them, they might have minimum 500 or a minimum 1,000, okay? You can get it printed black on white, one color, and pay for the cheapest card you can get. Some people like to get those little folded dollar bills, with their info on the inside. I think it's kind of cheesy to leave it for a tip. Now, if you wrap it up in a $5 or $10 bill, for the waitress, and leave it there, then you won't be such a cheapskate. But I wouldn't leave one of those little dollar cards, as a tip. Waitresses and waiters, they work for tips. I used to be a waiter, and when people left me crap like that, I'm not going to tell you what I wanted to do. I'm not going to tell you what I did in a couple of cases either. I had a big party of 20 people come in to one of the restaurants when I was working years ago as a waiter, and they left me a 25-cent tip, and they were the only people in there, and I busted my ass to wait on them. And they left me a 25-cent tip. Well, they might as well have left me a penny because it was an insult. I carried that quarter out and I handed it back to the guy in charge that paid the bill. And I said, "Oh, you left some money behind." I said, "Oh, no, this is yours." I said, "No, it's not mine." Okay. And I remembered them. Next time they came in, I didn't wait on them. Okay. And the other girl that was working there, I told her, I said, they're not going to leave you a good tip. I said, they're going to stiff you, you know. So, you know, do people right and they will do you right. Okay. I've learned the hard way. I don't stiff people. I leave them, you know, 15%. I think it's a common tip. In most restaurants, I try to figure at least 20. Okay, because of inflation. All right. So if I go into a nice restaurant and I spend, you know, $20 for two people, I'm going to leave them, you know, at least $4. In most cases, a $5. I'll leave them a $5 bill, you know, which is 25%, okay, of a $20 bill. And around Lubbock, you know, you can eat, you know, in some nice restaurants on a lunch special, be in and out in an hour and a half, you know, and, you know, eat pretty good for a $20 bill. If I'm up in New York over at Nino's on the west side over there by the Performing Arts Center at the Met, I might have to pay $75 for lunch, you know. Then, you know, I'm going to leave a little bit bigger tip. I'm going to leave, you know, $20, $30, $35, you know, maybe $40 for a tip, you know, for the waiter. And if they're exceptional, maybe 50. Okay. It depends on the level of service, but I'm going to give them at least, you know, 20% of the bill. Okay. And if I'm in there with somebody, you know, and we've got two people having a $75 lunch because, you know, mind you, New York is a lot more expensive than Lubbock, Texas. I'm going to spend $150 on lunch at Nino's. I'm going to leave 20% of a $150, you know, bill. And they also charge for water. You don't get free water. If you drink beer, wine, or anything else with your dinner or water, they charge per glass, you know. So whatever the bill is, you know, if you got a $200 bill, you're working a big sales deal up there. It's not a whole lot of money, but you figure that's $40 tip. I'm going to throw an extra 10 on there. I'm just going to leave a 50. I might leave a card, but you know, those guys, I'm telling you, they're probably making a good living up there. They probably wouldn't be interested, you know, in a business like this. But if you go to a Pizza Hut, you know, where you got a working mom in there with 3 kids, you know, at home, and she's trying to pay for daycare, she might be wanting something, you know, a little extra, and she might have a computer that she can, you know, work and get started and start making a little extra money. You know, take some of the stress off of her paying her bills. You know, and she wouldn't have to pay so much, you know, child care. And she wouldn't have to work so hard busting her ass out there. Because I want to tell you something. Guys, you know, being on your feet, you know, on an 8-hour shift, and they tax waitresses. The service industry gets taxed like, you know, it's not nice. I mean, they're working for less than minimum wage because they expect them to make it up in tips, and sometimes they don't make it up in tips because, you know, people are cheap. I don't do my waitresses that way. You know, I just consider it downright unholy. Okay, these people's time is worth something. Okay, if you go in and have a nice hamburger at a restaurant or a Mexican restaurant, or you eat at a restaurant and pizza place, you know, leave them a $5 tip. You know, that, you know, if they get 10 customers, you know, that left them $5 a piece, they made an extra $50. You know, that'd be a little extra money to take the edge off their bills. Anna, she's asking, how can I sell someone how to make $300 to $500 per day if I haven't made anything yet, and tell them this works? What if they ask how much I've made so far? Be honest with them. Tell them you just got started, okay? But you're doing it. You know, if they don't sign up, see, here's the thing. Michelle, maybe I ought to let Michelle tell them. Anna, when they ask you questions like that, you know, they're busting your chops. You're supposed to be in control. I'm going to tell you over and over and over and over and over again. Go back and watch this video, okay? Learn how to take control of the conversation. Do not let them bust your chops and snag the control away from you. You are the hiring manager, okay? Tell them. Follow the directions in there. Play it over and over. Memorize it. Develop your own script. Develop your own voice. Find your own voice, okay? You tell them, I got questions for you, okay? You need proof. You go out and prove it to yourself, right? Because the people that come out here and they start, you know, saying, oh, I got swag and I'm making this, you know, and they say money is the root of all evil. Well, you know, people say that they don't have any money, okay? They haven't made any, all right? Well, what I do and what you do does not determine what they will do, because I'm going to tell you what they will do. People that ask that question won't do a damn thing. Do I make myself clear? I'm going to unmute everybody, okay? Did I make myself clear?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
People that ask that, I'm going to tell you, that's a dumbass question. When they ask you questions like that, they're not going to do a damn thing, all right? Now, see, people that ask me that kind of question, I don't get pissed off. I'm going to tell them, well, you know, you want proof? You prove it to yourself, all right? You want to see my numbers? I'll show you my numbers. But you want proof? It doesn't mean that you're going to go out there and do it. If you don't get off your ass and take action, okay, the hunter has to go out there and pull the arrow back and let it fly out of that bow before he can eat. You got to pull the trigger on that rifle or you don't eat, all right? The hunter eats what he kills, all right? It's the oldest profession in the world. Well, actually it's not. It's the oldest occupation. There's a difference between occupation and profession. But we're not here to talk about the oldest profession. The oldest occupation in the world is that of a hunter. Oh, okay. I know where the oldest profession is working right now. It's down there on the east end of 19th Street. Anybody who's been to Lubbock knows what I'm talking about. But, you know, you've got to keep control, all right? Now, we're going into 2 hours, and I don't want to keep you guys up too long. It's 10 o'clock over on the east side, over on the East Coast. And, you know, Michelle's right. She says most waitresses don't make it up in tips. You're graciously paying, you know, a tip for the service, but here's the problem. They're taxed so high, okay, that, you know, they don't get that much money. So you've got to be able to talk to your people and find out what they need and connect with them on the emotional level. I don't care if it's a working mom or a work-at-home dad, all right? You've got to get inside that girl's head or that guy's head, all right, and find out what makes them click. How much money do you need to make? And this is what I cover in this, 2 hours and 14 minutes. I cover this, all right? Get in there and talk to them. Follow the script. Download that script. Click on this link over on that website, on this channel. Click the Show More button. Click on that first link there to download the PDF notes. All right? Pay attention to what is being said in this video replay. This is from last Saturday. All right? I've got 68 videos up here on this channel. When you start getting 68 videos up there. You start branding yourself. You become known as an authority. This is better than a business card. This is almost as good as having a book, okay? And you keep doing that. You keep doing it, once or twice, 3, 4, 5 times a week, once a day, a little 15-minute clip, maybe a 30-minute tutorial, or even a two-hour replay from a webinar like you're doing here. I'm telling you, it's worth the money to get over there and get a $49 a month webinar account with Citrix or Cisco. Adobe is a little high, okay? It's probably out of somebody's range, until you start making money like Vic Strazaus, you can probably afford a big one like that. But guys, next week, get on the call. Bring your friends. Tell them to get here. This is not for lightweight stuff. I love these guys dearly over at Instant Rewards, all of them, and they're making good money. But if you want to step it up a notch, you got to think like Grant Cardone in his book, The 10X Rule. If you're looking to make $300 to $500 a day, then you need to get your ass up there and start shooting for $3,000 to $5,000 a day. You need to 10X it, okay? You need to learn how to sell the sizzle and lead with the money. And when these people start busting your chops about, if you haven't made anything, it doesn't matter what you make. What matters is how much money they make. How much effort are they going to put out, okay, to make $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 to $500 a day? Ask them, how much money do you want to make every day? What would help you get over the hump? Do you have a foreclosure? You trying to stay out of foreclosure? You need a couple of $100 extra per month. Okay, you can probably do that in 1 or 2 days. And then go off and do your other rat killing. But you don't know anybody else's abilities or their talents or their work ethic. You cannot guarantee them that they're going to make $300 to $500 a day just because you are or you're not. It doesn't matter what you're doing, okay, Anna? It doesn't matter what you are doing. What matters is if your prospect is going to get off their ass and go to work, okay? I hate to sound, rough, but that's the truth. Most people will not get off their ass and take action. They just won't. They're going to do like, some people I know out there in Tampa, Florida, live in the woods and sleep in a tent and come back and find all their shit gone because some other homeless bastard done took all their shit from them, okay? Because they're looking for somebody else to just be their buddy and hold their hand and drag them through the puddle of success. It doesn't happen that way, okay? You go out there and you kill what you eat. You eat what you kill, all right? You go out there and you get on the phone, you take those calls, but it starts at the ad level, and I show people right here in this video. It starts at the ad level, all right? When you're out and about, you're over at your kids' school play, or you're in a restaurant, somebody asks you, what do you do? Make sure you got a card. Spend $10. Get those things shipped to you, okay? Best investment I ever made was a little pack of 250 cards. And you want to change it up? Order another batch, okay? Change up the text on it. Don't throw them away. As long as they're still good, they're evergreen, okay? These are like silent salesmen. They don't get their feelings hurt, when somebody throws it away and says, oh, this is a scam, They don't do like the little baby and say, oh, he called me a scammer and hung up on me. Okay? They don't do that, okay? Business card, it's there. If they throw it away, it's still a good investment, but most people will keep it, and they'll call you. They'll call you back. That's just one part of the business right here. All right. Get over here and watch that video. We're 2 hours in. I don't want to keep you guys. I started recording about a quarter after. We're almost up to the 2-hour mark. So you guys on the East Coast, it's 10 o'clock plus over there.
Yes.
I want to thank everybody for showing up. Jay, Gary, Margot, Michelle, Parita, Anna. Appreciate you guys showing up. And I look for you to come back next week, Saturday. Bring some friends. Okay.
I'll be here.
Bring your friends. Invite your prospects. Tell them to get over here. You want to learn how to do this right. You know, we're not here to compete. We're out here to lead. We're here to dominate. Okay. Another thing, you get over here to this channel, this run right here on the top, it'll move down to here when I get this video replay uploaded. It's dominate your market. I show people in the marketing equation. Okay. It also has a PDF download. All right. Always look at the description, click show more, and then you can download the PDF to this presentation that I take people through, showing people how to dominate your marketplace. This right here is 1 hour and 38 minutes. This is the same presentation that I make for my insurance and real estate industry attendees that go in a paid conference, somewhere between 200 to 2,000 attendees at a time. All right. This is the same thing. You can apply it to any business model you want. You can apply it to instant rewards. You can apply it to a multi-level marketing scheme. You can apply it to Amway if you're selling soap, or Herbalife, or Visalis, or whatever you're doing, as long as it's legit. All right. I will show you how to create that intrinsic value. All right. And it's that perceived and intrinsic value. You got to set the value up over, what they're going to invest and how to get started. I tell people, I said, look, if they balk over a $1 trial or a free trial, if they start hitting you with that negative shit, yes, and I said shit. Oh, I said shit twice. No, there I said it 3 times, and I'm still recording. Okay?
Oh,
if they hit you with that stuff, all right, just, wish them well, get off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
If they start hitting you with that negative stuff, you don't have time for them, okay? See, I said shit. I'll probably have to put age restriction on this one. Either that or cut the last 5 minutes out. But I want to thank you guys for showing up. Okay.
Okay.
Next Wednesday, I'm going to give you guys a tickler on Saturday. I'm going to show you some progress. I'm going to give you some ideas, and you could start working on putting some of this together and send me a link, and show me where you put it up, and I might do a little critique on it and say, you need to tweak this, you might need to, tweak that, might need to clean up your grammar, syntax, punctuation, and spelling, and stuff like that, but you might add this. You don't want to get too heavy on graphics. You want it to load fast. This is why I work single page, one fold, lead capture on the fold, and I keep it real short and tight on the ad copy. If I go beyond 1 page to 2 pages, I try not to go too far on some of my squeeze pages. Now, I've got some squeeze pages they run into 4 or 5 because people want to know more information. But the way I'm running this, it's real tight. It's real short because everything's done on the back side, on the back end. So We'll see you next week. See you Wednesday.
See you.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Have a good one.
Good night.